CEL-FI telephone extender. It's really good. So this is what we have to say.
So when we were driving around Australia, we only lost reception once. It was really good. So we both have phones with Vodafone. So we didn't have service very much at all. We didn't have service in Exmouth or like any towns like that. But we had a Telstra phone with our telephone extender.
Just a prepaid one.
Yeah, just a prepaid one. And because of the boost, it gives you an extra 5 bars. We didn't lose service at all.
Yeah, so if you have 1 bar of service, it'll give you full bars. Whether that's 3G or 4G can vary.
Yeah.
But you still can call someone.
And I think it was only in the Northern Territory, was it, that we lost service once?
Yeah.
And it was like for 5 minutes. It wasn't even that long, was it?
No, it wasn't too bad. I mean, there's a couple of campsites we went to off the remote track that were isolated, where nothing's going to get reception but a sat phone, but it's awesome. So the other thing is we wouldn't have installed it if it didn't come on the car. So when I bought the Hilux, obviously prior to the trip, it came on the car with the UHF and a couple other things, and you wouldn't think to install it. I went to TJM the other day. I was talking to a guy there, and he works at TJM, and he's like, oh, not really sure. But I said to him, I'm like, dude, it's awesome. I wouldn't have thought to install it, but definitely worth having, isn't it, Ben?
Yeah, definitely. So as we were saying before, you get the 5 extra bars, but we had 5 bars the whole way, didn't we?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like literally the whole way you had 5 bars. You could Google Maps, you could call people, you could do anything, even like across the Nullarbor. So like it was really, really good for us.
Yep. So one thing we broke on it was the aerial. So if you flip the camera around. So we broke the aerial, as you can see on the right. But as I said also I went to TJM the other day, and they have a GME aerial for it. So it's like a big UHF 6.6 whip or 6.5 whip. So that'll be like super sturdy.
Yeah.
It was just above James Price Point. We're on a corrugated dirt road, and it was like whipping and nay-naying back and forth. Just snapped off. It still works. It
was really quite thin, the black aerial part, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a car aerial.
Yeah.
It's probably like, I don't know, 4 mil thick, 3 mil thick. But yeah, that's probably the only downfall. But it still worked after it broke, so that's good.
So another point is that to connect is super easy. So all you literally need is Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and once you've connected once to the phone, as soon as you start the car up, it literally automatically connects. So there was one point in time where we thought it wasn't working, but Nick had knocked the cigarette lighter, which is where it connects to the car, out of the socket. So that was an easy fix, and then we're back on the road again.
Yeah, we went for a whole day without it, and I was like, oh, it's broken, and we were like somewhere we needed it, of course. And then I was like, Beck's like, oh, that's out. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And on the tag it says CEL-FI, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's so silly.
It was quite funny, but that was a very easy fix, and other than that we had like no issues connecting or anything, which was really good.
And you can also, like, the beauty of it is, I know you want to get out and away from people, but if you do need it, like we have a vlog obviously, we could connect to the internet, like tether with our phone.
Yeah, post everything, do all that, so that was really helpful.
So the last thing and final thing, obviously from all what we've said, is that we wouldn't have done it without it. We didn't know before we left, but now we've used it, hey, we wouldn't do it without
it. I just would never go that far around without having it.
It saves, I mean, I'm not really sure how much they are because I'll put the price here. But I'm sure compared to a sat phone and all the fees of a sat phone and all the stuff you have to pay for with a sat phone, it's cheaper. Plus, it's like once you get it, you don't have to pay a continuous fee. The prepaid phone also is obviously pretty cheap, and you can turn it off and on. So like if you don't need it, you just don't pay the credit.
Yeah, so we used it over December and January, and then we didn't even use the internet full capacity, did we?
No, we used like 30.
Yeah, which is, over that period of time for what we used it for, is not that much, but it was
because it was going
nothing.
all day on Google Maps.
Yeah.
And then plus tethering, plus looking up weather because we had problems with bushfires, storms. So we were sort of looking all that up.
We were
the whole
using
time.
a lot of internet the whole time, which was really good. So we definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked that video, give us a thumbs up.
And if you want to see more, subscribe.